or not. It's desperate. Not for her, actually. She's a millionaire from selling depressing songs. There's a whole genre, I think, of these depressing songs that a lot of people would listen to constantly, and they would love being depressed. That was like fun, I guess. And yet that's scary, because yes, you could actually end up, there are, of course, we have a lot of people that are committing suicide still today, and no one seems to know why. And it's kind of silly not to know why. I mean, obviously there could be a lot of individuals that have all sorts of reasons for it, but when you get right down to it, you're convinced that that's the best choice you can make because your life sucks for one reason or another, right? And part of that is your narrative that explains who you are, what your place is in the universe, and how you can maintain that place. And you decide that your place is to leave life because it's not treating you right, or you're not happy. So, but a lot of that is internal thought processes that can be changed by actively moving yourself over this way. Because over here, you're going to be happier. You're still confused over here, right? If you're over on this corner, you're still uncertain about things, but at least over here, you're one with the community. So you feel like, you've got friends, you're a member of a group of people that have a common set of interests, even if they're very confused about what those interests are, right? So this corner I use for the liberals. Liberals sit over there. They do have some common interests. For example, harming others is the worst thing you could do. But they don't know how to avoid harming others. So, because it's really very, should we spend money to house people that, can't seem to get along in modern society? Or, would that just make things worse? I mean, Seattle has tried to do that by spending more and more money, and all it does is seem to attract more people there. So their problem is just getting worse, actually, instead of getting better. So that doesn't work. What do you do? So liberals, they're community-oriented, but they're uncertain. So they don't know how to fix things. Obviously, the happiest place is right here. And if you think about it, well, we've got, say, the Pope put up there. The Pope is absolutely certain. In fact, he's the source of certitude. Although, actually, Pope Francis is kind of meeting some critiques from some more conservative Catholics because he's more open to some possibilities that has been an issue for the Catholic Church for years. Can you still get remarried if you are divorced, in the church and so on? What about abortion? I mean, there's all kinds of interesting developments but still, the Pope as an example. There's others that we have in town. The Baptist ministers, I think, in town would fit in this spot here. Where, if you think about it, they're very certain about what they believe to be true and valuable, and at the same time they're focused on the weak. So, strictly speaking, this area here would be the happiest place for somebody to be. But where most Americans are is right in the middle. Right? And when you're in the middle, you're faced with uncertitude, even though you're certain about some things. You're also focused on what's important for the community, but at the same time, you're concerned about what's good for yourself. So you have to decide, I'm heading to the bookstore, there's 4 different people all ask you for money on your way to the bookstore. If you give them any of the money that you do have, you can't buy the book you went there to get. So you say no, because you're concerned about yourself. You feel guilty now because you didn't help the four people that were starving to death, maybe. Actually, you're probably thinking that what they want is money for booze, etc., right? So maybe you're better off not giving them money for booze. And so we're in this area here, which we might call, we can put pragmatism down here. We might say that we're pragmatists, right? We're confused. So why would Aristotle's ethics be the best ethic for us if we are pragmatists? So let's take a look . So remember that Plato argues that the ideas structure the universe, the cosmos. The idea that organizes all of them is the good. So for Plato, the good is the ideal that structures everything else. So his inquiry as to what the good is of course very important, but at the same time, notice he doesn't actually find out what it is. And that's because our souls have to be released from this prison house of the body, prison house of the soul, right? That will allow the soul once more to know the good. Aristotle critiques this because he points out that every inquiry aims at some good. But guess what? They're not all the one thing. They're not all aiming at one particular peak of goodness. Instead, they're quite different. Pizza.